Yes, everyone. What's happening? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again. I've done something unusual today. I've put out two videos in one day. Two videos in one day. I don't usually do this, it's usually one a day, but the situations required this to be done. Now, I could have touched on this in the match review, but this is a big talking point and it deserves its own video. So, I assume you guys have seen the talks, well, not the talks, the things that Mohammed Salah came out with after the Leeds game yesterday in an interview. Some really interesting things said, some really shocking things said, and of course, we have to talk about it and get into the talking points and break down exactly what's going to happen, what could happen, what should happen, and we'll talk about all of it. We'll just talk about everything because I didn't expect that. I did not expect Mohammed Salah to come out and say what he said yesterday, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is, man. And you know what? I agree, man. I agree with everything Salah said. But, but, screw it. Let's let's just get straight into it. Let's just get straight into it. Do remember, if you are enjoying, well, if you have enjoyed the video, or if you are enjoying the video, or if you've just joined, do drop a like on the video as well. Do of course sub to the channel if you haven't already done so. Currently, 50 subs away from 600. So if you can sub, it's much appreciated. Get down below in the comments as well, people. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this Salah slot situation because it is absolutely mental. But I'm going to start my opinions on it. Let's just get on. Let's just start off with what exactly was said by Mohammed Salah, I suppose. That's where we should start. That's the best way to start. So, breaking news, according to Fabrizio Romano, and look, we saw the interview, everyone's seen it, it's real, there's no AI, nothing going on there. So, Mohammed Salah's words after Leeds 3, Liverpool 3 last night, it's very clear that someone wants to get me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer a lot. A lot of promise was made to me, and so far I'm on the bench for 3 games. All I can say is keep the promises. The manager and I had a very good relationship last season. All of a sudden this season we have no relationship. Slot and Salah pretty much have got no relationship no more. Wow, everyone. Wow. Big words said by Mohamed Salah there. All of a sudden the manager and I have got no relationship. Mohamed Salah has basically confirmed what we've all suspected, that Arne has lost the Liverpool dressing room. Look, we all knew this was the case. It was just not confirmed. Salah has come out and confirmed that the dressing room is gone. They no longer have faith in Slot. He no longer has faith in Slot. He no longer has a good relationship with Slot. Big words from our boy Mohamed Salah there. Wow. I can't believe it. I genuinely cannot believe it. Salah's come out and said him and Slot are pretty much done. The relationship's over. There's nothing to fix. And yeah, big words from him. Big words. Also tweeted here is that Mohamed Salah has admitted he could be leaving Liverpool and told his parents to come to the Brighton game as it could be his last. What is going on at our club, everyone? What is going on at our football club? This is a joke. It's an absolute clown show here. Mohamed Salah could actually potentially be leaving Liverpool Football Club in the January transfer window after signing a 2-year contract extension last season, the end of last season. Brighton could genuinely be his last game. He's told his parents to come to the Brighton game because it could be his last. What's going on? What the hell is going on at our football club? Salah to leave in January. Wow. I thought Salah could move on in the summer, but I never thought he'd move on in January. What is happening? What is going on here? Genuinely. It's absolute carnage what's happening at our club. So it looks like obviously Salah said his comments yesterday, said that his relationship with Slot is no longer good and they no longer have a good trusting relationship. But he's also turned around now and said that he could be leaving in January. The Brighton game could be his last game. And that Brighton game is on my birthday too. Wow. So Salah's last game for Liverpool could be on my birthday. Wow. Absolutely mad. That's absolutely mad what's been said by Salah there. James Pearce has also reported it. Mohamed Salah launches an astonishing attack on Liverpool, says he feels thrown under the bus and reveal relationship with Slot has broken down. What I just said, insists someone does not want me in the club and has left the door open to a possible exit in January. So look, Salah said what he's got to say. He's clearly unhappy being benched, but it seems to be something deeper here. It genuinely seems to be something deeper here. And it begs the question, if his relationship with Salah is this poor, what's his relationship like with some of the other senior players? What's he like with Alisson? What's he like with Van Dijk? What's he like with the likes of Chiesa and etc.? If his relationship with Salah has broken down completely, what is it like for everyone else with the other players around him? my situation on this is well, my thoughts on this is, if it's between Mohammed Salah and Arne Slot, because it looks like it's between that, it looks like it's going to be either Salah leaves and Slot stays, or Slot leaves and Salah stays. If that's the case, for me, we're backing Mohammed Salah every single day of the week. Mohammed Salah has done so much more for this football club over the years. He's so much more of a legend icon than Arne Slot will ever be. We have his back. People will say he's done this out of selfishness. I believe he's done this because he cares, because he's not happy with what's happening at Liverpool. He's not happy with the situation, and he says he's thought someone has to say something about it. If it's out of these two, easily it's Mohamed Salah over Arne Slot, and it should be. I think everyone will agree here as well. The players in the dressing room, they've known Salah a lot longer than they've known Slot. They will 100% be behind Mo. So the players will be behind Mo, and that's going to cause more divide in the dressing room, because the players are all going to be behind Salah. No one's going to be backing Slot, and Slot is the manager, so there's even more toxicity and tension there. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised here. It's crazy news. It's crazy news that Salah went and dropped something like this last night. I didn't expect this to be coming out after the game, but it could very much mean that Mohamed Salah's time at Liverpool comes to an end. Should the owners, should Hughes and Edwards decide to back Arne Slot over Mohamed Salah, I've got no doubt that he's off in January. I've got no doubt that he will be off in January, because he will not want to stay. He will not want to stay at Liverpool if Arne Slot is here. Of course, looks like the relationship's gone. It looks like the relationship is clearly broken down and is gone. Look, I don't agree with the way Mohamed Salah's gone about this. I don't agree with how he's come out in the media and done this, but someone needed to say something. Someone needed to let us know what the hell is going on at the club behind the scenes, because clearly Salah has only just indicated what's going on behind the scenes. I'd imagine there's a lot more going on that we aren't hearing about, or that's been spoken about. I said Arne Slot lost the dressing room. I said that a long time ago. He's clearly lost his dressing room. There's clearly issues here. And yeah, what can I say? Genuinely, Mohamed Salah's last game for Liverpool could be the Brighton game this weekend. It's mad to even think and say that, but it's possible. It's a big possibility. But I will say this, everyone. This hasn't just happened overnight. Arne Slot losing the Liverpool dressing room, losing the Liverpool players, the senior players particularly, has not happened overnight. This has to have been something that's been brewing for a long time. And I don't even think it's just been brewing this season. I think it's been brewing from early this year, last season. Around the time we went out of the Champions League to Paris Saint-Germain, I said something changed. Something doesn't look right no more. The momentum has changed. The vibe has changed. For whatever reason, once Arne started to implement his own style of football, something has gone wrong somewhere. And the players have all fallen out on board with him. They're no longer on board with him. They no longer respect or trust him. It's been brewing since the PSG game last season, or in and around that time. It's been brewing. He's lost the players. He's lost them, and he hasn't lost them this season. He's lost them last season. The issue is, well, the good thing was that we were so much points behind everyone else in the league. It didn't end up affecting our league season. We still won it. But like I said, this is something that's happened over time. It's been brewing behind the scenes. I don't know why that is or what's happened, but obviously Slot has lost the dressing room, like I said, and it's gone back to last season as well. Now, I've read some articles, a couple of articles saying why this could have happened. One article is that the players have lost respect for Slot due to the way he dealt with the Diogo Jota situation. Apparently, they felt he was a little bit too cold, a little bit too distant of it. You know, he wasn't really doing what Klopp would do, putting the arm around the players, encouraging them, telling them it's all going to be okay, and it did not set well with them. Another reason is that the departure of Johnny Heitinger, Slot's assistant in obviously the summer, is another reason. Apparently, the players' relationship with Heitinger was a lot stronger than it was with Arne Slot. So the players had a lot more respect for Heitinger than they did Slot. That would just mean that this guy was not it from day one, that Arne Slot was not it from day one, that the relationship was between Heitinger and the players and not between Slot and the players. And apparently another article says that the players are not too keen on the new assistant, Giovanni Weghorst, which, to be fair, I think even the fans are the same, because we aren't exactly keen on him either. But yeah, something's been brewing here, and Salah has basically just come out into the media and said it. Now, like I said, the relationship with Salah seems to have broken down. I'd love to know what the relationship with Van Dijk's like, what the relationship with is like with Alisson, or even some of the players like Chiesa, the ones that he doesn't include. It just goes to show that Jurgen Klopp was holding this club up for so many years. For so many years, Klopp was papering over the cracks that we have, papering over a lot of things, and now all these things are coming to light now that he's gone. It's mad, absolutely mad. Another article here says Salah has asked not to leave. Emergency meeting is to be held today. Well, where is the emergency meeting? Why haven't we heard nothing on the situation? LFC could make a statement after yesterday's events. Well, they haven't yet. Slot not involved in Salah's saga. Well, whatever, cool. Edwards and Hughes want to maximise the sale of Salah. Gerrard ready to step in as interim manager. I'll touch on Gerrard in another video. We'll do that sometime else. But it looks like Edwards and Hughes have played a smart one here and they're trying to get Salah out the door. Why they offered him a new contract in the summer and now are trying to sell him in January makes zero sense. I can understand why Salah feels the way he's feeling. This clearly isn't just about being benched for 3 games in a row, by the way. There's something else going on here. Salah, for some reason, feels like the club are trying to force him out. They're trying to get rid of him. And that's mad considering they offered him the new deal in the summer. So what is going on there? What is going on there? Makes zero sense. But it's a big situation. What Salah has said, he's brought out so much that we all wondered was happening at the club, and he's just put it to light. Spells the end for Arne Slot though. Clearly, players are gone. Like I said, the players don't play for him. They aren't playing for him. Salah's confirmed that a relationship between him and Slot is no good. So that begs the question, like I've said a couple of times earlier in the stream, what are his relationships like with other players in the team? Genuinely, like it's a mad situation. Here's something that I'm not happy with, and I'm really concerned. According to another news outlet, Liverpool owners have given Arne Slot their full backing, and it is unlikely Salah's outburst will have any bearing on their stance. That's concerning. That's concerning because the majority of the fans are behind Mohammed Salah. The players in the dressing room will be behind Mohammed Salah. The senior players like Alisson and Van Dijk will be behind Mohammed Salah. But the club are going to turn around and say they want to back Slot. It's obvious what needs to happen here. Slot is the one who needs to be removed. If the players no longer want to play for him, he has to be removed because it's a toxic environment. Salah, he needs to be the one who stays. Salah has done this from a place of pure intent. He's done this because he loves the club and doesn't like what's happening at the club. So Salah needs to stay and Slot needs to go. That's how I look at it. For it looks like the owners are leaning towards Slot staying and Salah going. This is going to cause a big divide in between us fans and the owners. If this is true, we may as well join the likes of Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham in having low standards for our club if this is what the owners are going to do. It's obvious what needs to happen here, but it seems they're putting their trust in Arne Slot over Salah. And if Salah leaves and Slot stays, we are finished as a club. We are absolutely finished because it just shows we've got no standards. So the correct decision has to be made by the owners in the club. Whatever they do, they've got to make the correct decision. Unfortunately for us, I feel like they're going to make the wrong decision, and that's going to set us back a couple of years. We're at a big tipping point at the moment. We are at a big tipping point as a club. What the owners choose to do next can define how we are for the next couple of years. Whether we continue at the top with the likes of Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, or whether we become a club with low standards, whether we join the likes of Arsenal, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea. The owners have got a big decision here. This will make or break our next couple of years as a football club. Will we stay at the top? Will we become mediocre like the rest of the Premier League clubs? Bar City. It's a big decision. If Slot stays, we're going to be becoming a mediocre club. I can tell you that much. Where if they make the correct decision, we can still maintain being at the top with the likes of the top teams and the top clubs. But this is a huge moment. It's a huge moment. This could literally set us back years if we get it wrong. Look at what happened with United. They made a bad decision. They've been set back 10 plus years. If we make a bad decision here, this could set us back for 10, 11 years. So the correct decision has to be made by the football club. And that correct decision should be to sack Arne Slot, bring it into him in, rebuild in the summer with a new manager. The poor decision would be keep Arne Slot, get rid of Mohammed Salah, more tension and toxicity in the dressing room because the players will be behind Salah. The fans are going to be really livid and it's going to get toxic there because they were behind Salah, we were behind Salah, and Slot is still here. So FSG need to listen to the fans on this one. I'd listen to the fans instead of doing what they think is right because what they think is right clearly isn't what we think is right. We know Slot needs to go. We know he needs to go. Like I said, this is something that's been brewing. We just chose to ignore it last season, I think, because we were so clear at the top of the league, etc. You know, but it's been brewing for a while now, a good while. Like I said, there's multiple reasons why people are saying the players have lost faith in Slot. People are saying that they've lost faith in him because of the Diogo, how he dealt with the Diogo situation. People are saying that the relationship between the ex-assistant Johnny Heitinger was stronger uh, with him than it was with Slot, and they're not happy with the new assistant, Giovanni Brombekhorst. There's a lot of rumours, speculation as to why this has happened or why it's going on, but we don't know. All we know is for sure that Arne Slot has lost Liverpool's dressing room. We knew this for a while, but thanks to Mohammed Salah coming out yesterday with his interview, he's confirmed that the relationship in that dressing room between manager and players is broken and is irreparable. So what happens next is huge for our club. It is huge. The correct decision has to be made, else mediocrity here we come. Mediocrity here we come. I hope the owners will make the correct decision, and I hope they will know what they're doing. But honestly, I'm doubtful. I'm very doubtful, and I'm very concerned for the future of Liverpool Football Club. I'll be honest. I'm concerned about the future of this football club because we could very well go back to the mediocre days before Jurgen Klopp, when we had the likes of Rodgers, when we had the likes of Hodgson, etc. If you remember correctly, back to the Brendan Rodgers days, Steven Gerrard was treated just the way Mohamed Salah has been treated now, and Steven Gerrard opted to leave Liverpool Football Club over staying. Mohamed Salah is being dealt the same cards here. He's been treated exactly the same. And Mohamed Salah, should Arne Slot stay, is going to be leaving Liverpool Football Club this summer. Brighton could very well be his last game as a Liverpool player. But we don't want that, of course. We do not want that. We want Salah to stay, of course. We want Salah to be here for the rest of his 2 years on his contract and then bow out as a legend. We don't want another legend to leave in a horrible way, to be remembered as having left in a poor way. That's very well what could be happening here. If this is the end of Mohamed Salah and Liverpool, if this is the end of our love story, then we just want to say, us fans want to say a big thank you to Mohamed Salah. The goals he's brought us down the years, the records he's broke for this club down the years, the joy he's brought to us fans, the trophies he's helped us win. It hasn't gone unnoticed. It will never go unnoticed. You know, he's an absolute legend, an icon, an all-timer at this football club, in the Premier League, in the world. So if this is goodbye, if this is the end of our love story, we just want to say a big thank you to Mohamed Salah, and we wish you well wherever you go, wherever you decide to retire, whether you decide to see the rest of your days out in the MLS or wherever. We wish you well. But we don't want that, of course. We want Mohamed Salah to stay for the next 2 years and then leave in a nice, proper manner. But if it is the end, we just want to say thank you for all the memories, thank you for all the good times, etc. It's insane that this has happened. Who the hell would have thought in the summer that we'd be in this situation come January time, late Christmas, before Christmas, where the manager has lost the dressing room after winning a league title and after everyone praising him. Mohamed Salah and Arne Slot having a broken relationship. The other players in the dressing room having a broken relationship with the manager. Mohamed Salah potentially leaving the football club after signing a new contract extension for 2 years at the back end of last season. Who would have thought these things would happen? None of us. It's absolutely insane what's going on at our football club. It is insane. And like I said, big decision has to be made. And the correct decision has to be made, else we're going to end up becoming mediocre once again, and we do not want that. But I've made my stance clear. I'm Team Salah on this one. I'm behind Mohamed Salah 100%. If you're behind Arne Slot, fine, whatever, that's your opinion. Just do explain why you're behind Arne Slot. But like I said, Salah's done so much more for this club. Mohamed Salah is bigger than Arne Slot. He's of course he's not bigger than the football club. No one's bigger than the football club, but he is bigger than Arne Slot. He's won more than Arne Slot. He has a lot more credit in the bank than Arne Slot. The players will of course know Salah for a lot longer than Arne Slot. He will have their trust and their backing. So it's a no-brainer. You have to back Mohamed Salah on this, and you have to remove Arne Slot from the job position. But what happens next, like I said, is huge. We'll have to see where this goes in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks even, as we approach the January window. How does this play out? Does Salah stay? Does Slot go? Does Slot go? Does Salah stay? What happens next is going to be really intriguing to see. And it's got to be the correct decision no matter what. But this is insane news, everyone. This is really, really insane breaking news. And I had to touch on it. I could have touched on this in the match review earlier, but this deserves a video of itself because it's that big of breaking news. Wow, wow, wow. We'll have to see where this goes, everyone. But let me know down below in the comments. Please do, people. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Team Salah or Team Slot? What do you guys think's gone wrong with at Liverpool this season? Do you guys think Salah leaves and Slot stays, or do you guys think Slot leaves and Salah stays? Why do you think Arne Slot's lost the dressing room? What do you think has happened? And what do you guys think needs to happen next? Let me know down below in the comments. But I'm going to end the video here, people. If you have enjoyed the video, do drop a like on it. Do, of course, sub to the channel if you haven't already done so. Currently 50 subs away from 600, so if you can sub, it's much appreciated. And, of course, turn notifications on as well, so you know whenever a video drops. Otherwise, I'm going to head off, people. I'll be back with my match preview for the Inter Milan game tomorrow, so stay tuned. Like I said, after the match review, score prediction, predicted lineup, thoughts and feelings on the game will be dropping tomorrow, sometime tomorrow afternoon or evening, depends on how I feel when I decide to record it. But yeah, other than that, like, subscribe, and comment on your way out. TLP out. We'll see what happens next. Big decision to be made by our football club, and it has to be the correct one. But we'll see where it goes. TLP out. Bye for now.